Hey guys, and welcome to Natural Aesthetics. In this video I'm going to talk about Roaccutane, my experiences with the medication and how it's affected my training thus far. So really this video is only going to be useful for those that are either thinking about taking the medication or are taking it already, and hopefully my insight can make it a little bit easier for you to come to a conclusion as to whether you want to take the medicine or not, whether it's worth the risk. So Roaccutane, or Accutane as it's more commonly referred to in the US, is an isotretinoin. It's basically synthetic vitamin A. And from what I've been led to believe, it reduces the size of pores in the skin and makes it harder for the skin to produce sebum. So your skin is going to be less oily, and therefore there's less chance of acne. So I've been suffering with scalp folliculitis for over a year now, and I don't want to go into too much depth about that. I'll do another video showcasing my scalp transformation over the past few months whilst being on the medication, and I'll talk about how I've dealt with the problem and any insights that can perhaps help others out. But really in this video I just want to talk about the side effects of the Roaccutane, and I don't actually want to talk too much about the common side effects that, like the dry skin, nosebleeds, headaches, dodgy stomach, all of which I've been affected with. But the side effects actually affect training, which is just the very stiff and achy joints. Muscle inflammation can also be a problem on Roaccutane, but thus far I haven't experienced any of that. So there doesn't seem to be any implications that suggest you can't gain muscle and can't gain strength on Roaccutane. And so far I've managed to do both. I'm thicker, more muscular, heavier and stronger than I was prior to the Roaccutane. Bearing in mind, before the Roaccutane I just finished the prednisone, which is a catabolic steroid, so you will lose muscle and strength on that. And prior to that I was doing a bodybuilding competition prep diet for a few months, so I'd become very, very lean. So, I was at kind of minimum levels of my strength and muscle mass, you could say. But needless to say, it hasn't really hindered my ability to build muscle and train with strength in mind. That being said, it is awkward at times to do heavy compound movements due to the achiness and the stiffness of my joints. So I've laid off all of my squatting and deadlifting whilst on the medication because it just doesn't feel safe. I could probably get away with it and probably be fine, but it just doesn't feel good. I feel like I'm more prone to injury whilst being on this medication. My joints almost feel brittle, I guess, and I just don't want to risk that. And I don't really think stretching the muscles are going to help that much because the tightness and stiffness is actually in the joints themselves. It feels like they've been dried out from the inside out. So I will try to do a little bit more stretching and foam rolling over the next couple of weeks, see how that pans out, and I'll keep you guys updated. But for the most part, the main side effect is the stiffness and achiness, preventing me from doing heavy lower body work. My upper body feels a bit better, doesn't feel quite as achy and stiff. However, I do have a small mole irritating case of golfer's elbow at the moment. I had some problems with my left shoulder at the beginning of the medication as well. I don't know whether that's a coincidence or whether it's caused by the Roaccutane. For the most part, training is going very well at the moment, and I'm seeing some good returns in terms of strength and muscle mass from my sessions that I've been doing. So to sum up, Roaccutane hasn't seemingly affected my ability to gain muscle mass and strength. Training is going very well for the most part, albeit for the stiffness and achiness in my joints. I'm in no way advocating Roaccutane. It's an extremely harsh and toxic medication. I really wish I didn't have to take it. It was my last resort, but it seems to be doing the job for my scalp. The side effects can be horrendous, from terrible depression to suicidal thoughts. Luckily, I haven't had anything of that nature, albeit from some bad moods. I just really wanted to surmise the effects that it had on my training. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video or found it useful, then please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to see more, stay strong.